What is going on, everybody? Over the weekend, the free comic book show hosted in Cherry Hill, New Jersey by NJ Comic Stop went down. And man, not only was it a great time hanging out with people, I think I made out amazingly. I picked up some great books for the collection, some books I've been wanting for almost over a year now. And some of the prices were just unbelievable. I think some sellers were just trying to get rid of inventory, but it was an amazing time. Um, I can't wait to show you guys the haul. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look at the footage from the show, a walk around. Then when we come back, we'll jump in the hall. So stay tuned and enjoy.
That's what. Well, what about this one?
Like she was telling me about Jerry Cat and this. They invited to their house, but that was a family that Jerry's mother was so funny when they still on. Actually, she was terrible.
Ricky, open my pack of flyers.
Oh, you want the show?
Right there on the table.
Oh, you're gonna give them out?
Holy shit.
I wish they would just do like a separate.
Oh, that's the best.
Probably should iron it or something. I forgot it was yellow. I'll call her in yellow. Oh, cool. I'll do it in January.
Yeah, I just gave you a podcast.
I mean, again, and I think the price point for a lot of people, there's like $30. It's not like you're gonna break the bank or anything. There's a couple that are but like, like this is like, it's what it is.
Welcome back, guys. So yeah, it was a great event. A small, nice little venue, but a lot of comics in the room. Some big boys, some little ones as well, dollar bins. It was a little bit of everything, honestly, you could think of and want to find, all the way from Golden Age all the way up to modern. And you're going to see a nice little mix in my haul. And like I said, I can't wait to show off some of these books that I got. I've been wanting them for a long time and glad to have them in collection. But before we do me a favor, hit that like button and please subscribe if you haven't already. It helps out the channel and I would greatly appreciate that. So let's jump into the haul. I'm going to start off with the biggest book, not in terms of value, but literally, I mean the biggest book out of the haul. This is very cool. This is Batman, the Limited Collector's Edition. This is his most epic adventure in a 76-page novel. And this is a giant wraparound cover by Neil Adams. And it features Batman issue number 232, 242 to 244. Collects the first ever appearance in Arc of Ra's al Ghul in comics. And it's Neil Adams. So you can't beat that. Yes, this has been reprinted, I think, once or twice. I think in 2024, if I'm not mistaken. But this is the original, and honestly, I got it for a good deal. Only $20. You can kind of see there's a bit of a tear here. But this isn't something that I would want to grade, but it's been something I wanted for a long time. Some of these limited collector's editions, or I guess you could say oversized trades in a way. There's a few other ones I want to get. They have a Batman and Hawk one. They have another one featuring some of the rogues on the cover and a couple other classic Batman stories too. But I've been wanting this for a long time and got this for a great price. And there was a few of these. A few different vendors actually had this for sale, so it was great to see. I finally pulled the trigger and got one. Definitely gonna take this out and read it. I might actually do a video where I just flip through the pages and show it off. I think people might enjoy that. So finally glad to add that to the collection. And then yeah, so we're gonna go down the list for vendors. I'm not gonna remember every vendor, unfortunately, but I got some great deals. So new NJ Comic Stop, who is the host of the con, who also does the One Day Comic Expo in Cherry Hill. I stopped at his booth and I picked up only one book, but I think it's a great one. This is Batman Gotham Adventures, issue number 31 from December of 2000. Chaos at the Hands of the Joker. I think that is just a great cover. It's not a key, but I'm always collecting Joker covers, so you know what? It's a great addition. It also has the bat plane up here too, so that's another one of my projects I'm always working on. Saw this, I thought that was a pretty good pickup. Won't be the only Joker you see on the haul. Now, this next vendor had, surprisingly, he had 3 or 4 long boxes that were marked at $2, and then he had a couple of long boxes that, at any price sticker, no matter the sticker price, was only $5. So in the $2 bin, he had Alias #2. I wish he had one. First Jessica Jones. This is the second appearance of Jessica Jones. I already have a copy, but this is pretty sharp. Might use this for a giveaway though. I'm debating what I want to do. Surprising, her second appearance is really just not that expensive. I kind of feel like it should be a little bit more than what it is. He had not a complete run, but he had most of the, issues from 2 all the way up to 30, I believe. And I picked up issue number 26. And by the way, I'm pretty sure these are David Mack covers. So issue number 26 is a nice little key. This is the introduction of the Wrath, a maximum security prison that hosts, super enhanced villains and such. We saw that in the MCU. We know the Wrath is there. And it does pop up in storylines from time to time in the comics. Again, nice little key, something that I like to collect. Like first Arkham Asylum, stuff like that, buildings, something that has importance in the world. So, and then he had a bunch of these DC covers that were uh, based off of TV or movie posters, so I thought that was pretty cool. This is Justice League Dark. I believe it's issue 36. But this is a Gagler and March cover, and it's based off of Beetlejuice, if I'm not mistaken. So that's pretty cool. Dead Man Zatanna and Constantine. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. This next book, I'm pretty sure I have in the collection. I'll have to look. But this is Supergirl. And again, they don't have the issue numbers on it. But this is Supergirl, and it's based off of Wizard of Oz. Grew up watching the original Wizard of Oz, so I am a fan. Yes, believe it or not. But take a look at that, Clark. And honestly, I don't know who the other two are. But Clark is Scarecrow, so I think that's interesting. Love that. And this other one is another film that I grew up in my childhood. Some of you will probably know this. This is Justice League Unlimited, and this is based off of Mars Attacks. So I thought that was pretty cool. There's some old school ones. I do know I have a few of the other ones. There's a Catwoman one. I'm biting myself because he had the Detective Comics one, which is based off the Matrix. That is a bit of a pricier book, and for some reason, I didn't grab it. The last 2 books I grabbed from this vendor, he had 10 copies of this, I believe. Spider-Gwen issue number 1. So this is the first Spider-Gwen titled series or solo, and it's also the first Bagan Bandy, I pronounced that right, who's a villain inspired by the Hamburglar from McDonald's. Find that interesting. Picked up 2 copies for myself. Probably keep one, obviously, and probably to do a giveaway for another one. Told my friend Joe about this, and he bought 4 copies himself. So there you go. But I think guys still had like 3 or 4 copies left. Surprising, and $2 a pop, by the way. Hey, no, that was $5. My bad, $5 for each of these. So still, thought it was pretty good. This next vendor, they had a bunch of variants for Marvel and DC, but at these shows, depending on what I'm looking for, but I love my ladies. You know that. You know, in every hall, I try to have a ladies hall. So check this out. Avengers Forever #1 variant edition. And this is the Betsy Cola variant edition. And pretty much it has all of the female on the cover as their counterparts from the original Avengers. I think that's cool. Obviously, for Thor, you have Jane Foster. For Hulk, you have She-Hulk. Ironheart as Iron Man. And then you also have Wasp on there, and I'm not sure. I think Ant-Man still stays the same, and then you have a female Loki, of course. Thought that was a pretty cool pickup. 9/8 of this can actually go for a little bit of money too, but that was a great pickup. By the way, I will let you know what I spent at the end of this haul, and you're gonna be shocked to learn how much I spent. This next cover is just fantastic. This is from Avengers: The Children's Crusade, issue number 1, and this is the Women of Marvel variant edition. Now, you're gonna stick with me on this one. This name, oh boy, Jelena Kivek. That's all I'm gonna pronounce. I'm not pronounce the last name because it is long and a bit of a hard name to pronounce, but a great variant cover of Charlotte Witch. One of my baddies that I love, and yeah, that was a great pickup. This next vendor was actually set up. Well, I kind of forgot to tell this story, but I went early to help Joe from 360 Comics set up, and once the doors were about maybe 10, 15 minutes out, I went over to the next vendor who was next to us, just, get an idea of what's going on with the show and what he had. And I went through the bins, and I found a book that I've been wanting to get since the beginning of the year, and I finally have it, man. And I thought it was a great price, and it's a beauty. It is Justice League of America issue number 45 from July of 2010, and it is the David Mack Supergirl variant. Yeah, I plan on getting this sign whenever I get a chance to meet David Mack for sure. $20 I thought was a great thing. It does have one spine tick, but I think I can press out. Again, don't know if I would ever get it, uh, you know, put in a slab or not, but I'd plan on getting it signed by David Mack. So yeah, been wanting that thing for a long time, and it is a beauty. Supergirl is coming, so some of her stuff is probably gonna get a little bit pricier. The only book I picked up from 360 Comics again. He's been blowing out inventory, so I pretty much know what he has, and I pretty much have almost everything from him. So, but I didn't have this book in the collection, and I'm always picking up Joker covers, especially Silver Age. If I can, maybe Golden Age. It's pretty expensive, but even Modern Age. And this is a great Joker cover. Issue number 365 from July of 1967 of Detective Comics. Carmine Infantino. Doesn't get any better than that. It is a 4.0 to a 4.5. Grade doesn't really matter much to me on that as long as it's complete. One of the core and better Joker covers, even though technically it's a it's a house the Joker built. It's a Joker house based off of his face, and you have the goons sticking out and shooting at them. I still think that is super cool. And just one of the better, I think, detective comics in the early Silver Age and stuff, and something that I really enjoy and glad to add to my collection. This next vendor, he had a lot of modern variants, women. He had some, I guess you would say, the fame covers and horror characters. I didn't pick up much, but I picked up 2 books. This first one is from Devil's Rang, issue number 1. Great Elektra variant. A Marco Tunin, pronounce his name right, cover variant of Elektra. So pick that up. This other book, I'm pretty sure I have in the collection, but I wasn't 100%, and I got a deal on it. I only spent $10 total on this haul, so he knocked a couple bucks off. But this is a Jenny Ferguson Poison Ivy number 27 variant. Hey, you know what? If I have an extra copy, great. What I plan on doing is meeting her one day. I'll get both copies signed, do a giveaway for one, the other one keep. And if I don't have a copy, and I got one, but look at that. That's just that Jenny is yeah. Jenny steps it up. So moving on, but the last vendor is actually a fellow YouTuber. I believe his name's Ren Vision, and I don't know what was going on, but he's selling books and moving books. And he had a couple short boxes and a couple stuff. He had buy 2 get 1 free. So I think it was 2 full or 2 short boxes of $10 stuff. So, you spend 20, you get a free book. And then he had $5 stuff, buy 2 get 1 free. And then he had dollar books. I'm gonna show you the dollar book first because this is not a dollar book. Action Comics, Superman Action Comics, issue number 806 from October of 2003. Great cover, by the way, too. This is actually a nice little key. So Natasha Irons, who is the niece of John Henry Steele in the comics. This is the issue where she becomes Steele herself, a book I've been after for also quite a while as well too. I've been wanting this for a long time and finally have it. Can't wait. This is like I'm not gonna say it's a contender or anything, but it is in the near mint range in the nines for sure. For $1, I could not pass that up. So I did the $5 books, and I actually made out pretty great. So this I knew was something, but I couldn't remember off the top of my head. But this is a great Adam Hughes Essential Comics no, number 4 Wonder Woman variant from Adam Hughes. So I thought that was great. A little bit of value in it. This next book, I do have a copy or 2 of it, but this is pretty sharp. This is Hawkeye number 1, and this is the first solo series featuring Kate Bishop. You can actually get a 9/8 for less than $100. Actually, I think you can get one for almost $60, honestly. Still, I think Kate Bishop is a future big player in the MCU. And I don't know, man. Her first solo, I mean, I guess it's just a solo series, but still, great cover. Yeah, Kelly Thompson as well. So who knows? Maybe take that and get that signed one day. Um, the second last book of the haul, and the last book I saw in the $5 bin, I was very surprised. This is a book that always has been on my radar, but I never went out of my way to find it. But when I saw it, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna grab that for $5. Well, essentially, it could be free. I could say I got the other ones, but this is Flashpoint number 1, and it's minty and only $5. And this is the first full Thomas Wayne as Batman. He uses the guns. In this alternate reality, the Flash causes Bruce ends up getting killed. Uh, Thomas becomes Batman, but he uses guns and kills. And then Martha becomes the Joker of the universe. So that is something that is pretty interesting. And Jeff Johns, and Andy Kubert art too as well. But yeah, so that's a pretty cool book to find for $5. How about that? Then he had a box of Priceless Mark stuff. Buy 2, get 1 free. I only bought 1 book. Okay. Now, this is a good book, and it's a book I've been wanting for a long time, and I think this is minty, and I think this is a contender, and this is a good book, and the price sticker on it too. I was looking, I'm like, there's no way But there was a way. Exiles #3 with Peggy Carter, Captain America. This is the first full appearance of Peggy Carter as Captain America. It's also cover art inspired by X-Men 268. This is a couple years ago became a hot key. 9/8 of the still go for over 200 plus, if I'm not mistaken. Still a great key to have in a collection. It is not Captain Carter, but it is America, but Peggy Carter, Captain America. And the price sticker of only $25 on it. Now, he did have a few other books lady books that I would have liked to get, but I went in with a budget. So let's talk about that. I went in with $120. I spent $120. Right on the nose. Every single book that you just saw that I talked about, I picked up for $120. Technically, no, that's not true. Technically, I spent $100 because I gave my boy 360 Comics. I bought 4 copies of that Spider-Gwen for him for $20. So technically, I spent $100 total for this whole haul. Guys, $100 for everything you just saw included. I mean, I don't think you can get better than that. This might have been my best haul of 2025. I mean, we still got a month and a half. A month and a half, I would say, to go until the year is over. But I do have one last Comic Con next Sunday, the Philadelphia Airport show. Probably do the same deal. Probably take like $100 with me, see what I can find. But King Kong happened this year, Terrificon, Baltimore Comic Con. I got my first sketch cover done, first piece of original art, which was all, in my opinion, legendary and a first for me on the channel this year. But this haul, in terms of value, might have been my best haul of the year. And like I said, it's the end of the year. Vendors are probably looking to blow books out, move inventory, so it worked out. Shout out to NJ Comic Stop for putting on a great event. It was a free event again, too. All you had to do was sign up with your contact information and email so that we can contact you about future shows. You get in for free. I was there early helping 360 set up, so I'm happy. I found some great books for the collection, some books I've been wanting for a long time. And yeah, some of these books, no, most of these, well, no, actually, all these books, I could go on eBay probably and buy them. The thing is, I like hunting around and getting deals. I like trying to find the book in the bins and picking it up and finding it myself and paying for it. And you get great deals. I mean, like I said, Flashpoint for $5. First solo Hawkeye, first solo Kate Bishop, Natasha becoming Iron, Devil's Rang, this Joker cover right here, the David Mack Supergirl cover. The list goes on, and of course, the Neil Adams Batman here. Couldn't ask for a better haul. If you guys like this button, please hit that. I messed that up. If you guys like this video, please hit that like button and please subscribe to the channel. It would help out. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about the haul. Like I said, it was a great haul. It was a great time too to hang out with friends and talk comics. It's just always a great time. Again, next weekend will be the last Philadelphia Airport show of the year. Comes back in January, so we're going to take about 2 months off or so. And will probably be the last Comic Con for me of 2025. But I got a few more surprises by the end of the year, I think, coming in. I think next weekend you might see a very big, big first appearance. And that's all I'm going to say. So until next time, guys, stay safe, take care of each other, and as always, we will see you in the next episode of Josh's Comics.